Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel. My name is Sam.
My name is Ryan.
And today, guess what? Guess what we're doing? I'll give you like 2 seconds. You already saw the title and thumbnail though, so...
It's really not a guess.
It's really not a guess.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a chance to respond. We are going to be making a tier list of Disney Plus content.
Obviously not an exhaustive list because there's basically infinite Disney Plus content, and we're not including Hulu, which falls under the same umbrella, because did you know that Disney owns Hulu? Did you know that Disney owns 2 of the most successful streaming services? Do you ever wonder when we're gonna step in and make this stop?
Can we?
Have you ever played the game Monopoly? This is it! Remember how bad it sucks when you lose because they get all the money? Anyway, we're proud subscribers of Disney Plus and Hulu, and also
look at us.
We are both wearing Disney merchandise. Disney has been paying my bills for the past decade, so like...
We love Disney.
Who are we to complain? It's a problem though. Like,
yeah.
Government, what are you doing? Like, just, they can't own everything, can they? Surely.
But also, I will give them all of my money.
We just pulled some of the most talked about, I think, in our opinions, and just what sticks out to us.
Yeah, we went through Disney Plus and we tried to find content that we have watched, so we actually had a leg to stand on.
That's
but
true.
also, you know, Disney Plus is comprised of, what is it? National Geographic, Disney, Sports, and something else.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
We tried to like pick a little bit from everything. I think we have what, like 10?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's like a billion things on Disney Plus, but you know, just trying to give a little Disney Plus flavor, rank these. Do we want to tell the people what our tier list categories are?
Yes, let's. Here are our tiers. Bottom tier, Quibi. If you don't know what Quibi is, exactly. Quibi was like a short video platform app, but for like TV shows and movies.
It
flopped.
It was a terrible idea. It's where all content went to die. So if Disney Plus has any content that's just absolutely garbage, it's going in the Quibi category. Above that is Zazu. Zazu is important but annoying. And so we thought this was a great C tier because it's like, okay, I'm glad this is there, but also shut up.
Sure.
Kind of moment.
Above that is Sleeping Beauty.
I like that we named this tier Sleeping Beauty because I feel like it's literal. It is both asleep and beautiful. It's like right in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Solid
it's a
middle
Sleeping
tier.
Beauty. I just liked the little double entendre there, and it's French. The tier above that is Olaf. Lovable sidekick. Everybody loves Olaf. Literally everybody loves this thing, but it's not the lead character.
It's not perfect.
You know? So it's Olaf. Everyone loves
Olaf.
it, but it's just, you know, it's not like the main event.
Now, the main event is magic. What Disney sells. What Disney promises.
What did you say when we were making the tier list? You were like, it just gives you the Disney tingles.
Yeah, but you know what I mean
Absolutely.
when I say that. Like,
I just wish we named this tier Disney
tingles. That is true. There's the Disney magic behind something that makes you know it's Disney and like know you're gonna love it. And magic is just, it lives up to the promise.
Henny.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic Henny.
All tea.
Let's get into it.
All right.
What's first, Ryan?
First on our list is Hamilton, the filmed experience of the Broadway musical exclusively on Disney Plus.
Original Broadway cast.
Just sort of like they own everything.
That's a big deal right there. Yeah, and it's one of those things where if this were a Broadway tier list, Hamilton would be at the top. Or at least in my opinion.
No, yes. I don't even think we have to qualify this.
No.
Hamilton is an amazing musical, and pretty much anyone who would be able to seize that asset is going to come out a winner. So the fact that it was Disney, good for you guys. This is magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Hamilton on Disney Plus is magic.
It's so good.
It's magic. Next we have arguably one of the most popular Disney Plus originals, The Mandalorian.
Dum dum chicka dum chicka dum chicka dum chicka dum chicka dum chicka dum dum chicka dum.
I loved The Mandalorian. I'm a really big Star Wars fan, so when I saw that there was going to be a Star Wars TV series, I was really excited. I absolutely loved it, and There were some episodes where I was like, okay, this is a bottle episode.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a quest here. I get it.
There are literally some episodes of The Mandalorian where it's like, I have to get gas. I'm like, I don't care. I learn nothing about you. I learn nothing about the Grogster.
It's just a quest episode.
Like, I don't care. So, like, I will sit through it. Disney, you have won again, but like, why am I watching this? So I agree,
Yeah.
it's not perfect, but it's darn near, and I enjoy the heck out of it. So is that like second tier? Is
Yeah,
that like
I think it's an Olaf.
sensible Olaf?
And I mean, Grogu is the most Olafs of Olafs if we've ever seen one.
Absolutely. You watch the show for Grogu, and you know the Tin Man is just kind of there.
Ooh, 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 yeah.
What was that?
I was doing the Hannah Montana transition
Oh,
songs.
okay. Whatever happened to you get the best of both worlds?
That's the theme song. We're talking about Hannah Montana, if you didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, we're really burying the lead.
Yeah, Hannah Montana is the most iconic Disney Channel show ever.
Disagree.
What?
Lizzie McGuire get inside her head?
Hannah Montana is iconic.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We can agree there. I love the fact that Disney Plus brought back so many Disney Channel shows from what I would consider like my golden age of Disney. That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Wizards of Waverly Place even tagged on at the end there. Do they appeal to everyone though? I don't know, and
Yeah.
that's not really the point of the tier list,
but like, do they hold up? I mean,
it's
like,
hit or miss.
I am not devaluing the currency of nostalgia.
Yeah.
I am just putting it on the table as something to be examined.
Yeah.
Like when you watch these things that defined you when you were 12, and then but now you're in your 20s and you're looking back and you're like, oh God, like
What?
I'm literally just like watching these people like in the penultimate stages of their puberty, like everyone's just like so gangly and awkward and like it's all terrible and they're so self-conscious. There's a special place in heaven for Disney Channel writers because they have to appeal to children,
Yes.
adolescents, teenagers, and their parents,
Yeah.
and sometimes grandparents. So it's like it's kind of an impossible task. But you watch it back and you're like, this is so good, but it's not good.
Yeah, so I mean, that puts it middle tier to me.
It's a Sleeping Beauty.
It's a Sleeping Beauty.
Like she's
You're
asleep,
so
but she's
glad
beautiful.
they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's asleep, but she's beautiful. Sleeping Beauty, Hannah Montana. Up next, Liv and Maddie. What was that?
The transition music from
that was
Liv
your
and Maddie.
transition music?
It was all just like ding dong music. Yeah, Liv and Maddie. I mean, I don't know. The characters live in Wisconsin. Sort of derivative, loose plots. It's a musical for some reason. I think the
It's a
thing
musical?
Yeah, Liv and Maddie, everyone sings all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of like meh when you get past the crusty outer core and you look at what the show has to offer, in my opinion, in terms of love interests.
Oh.
Equally talented, equally famous heartthrobs Jordan Fisher and Ryan McCartan have so much to offer in this show. It's so amazing to watch where they've started and to see where they have gone. I would say equal distances. It's just been so amazing to watch these two, you know, obvious equals hit their stride at the same time. So they're what the show is all about.
The love interests.
Absolutely. Holden and Diggy, honey.
Holden and Diggy.
Oh, and Josh is there too.
The love triangle that never happened.
Between me, Josh, and
Holden. Sure.
I mean, where do I sign?
Liv and Maddie on the tier list.
For Ryan McCartan and Jordan Fisher alone, it's magic to me.
No, I've never seen Liv and Maddie, so I'm gonna have to bump it down at least one tier into Olaf.
I'm gonna have to bump you down one tier into do your research.
Into being your girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, you really only have to watch the 30 episodes I was in. And Jordan's episodes. And Luke's episodes.
Okay.
And anything where Joey had a main plotline. And anything where Karen had a main plotline.
So, the show.
Up next we have Loki.
Loki. I'm a big Marvel fan, but speaking honestly, Loki didn't hold my attention until the very last episode, which doesn't really say to me that it was a great TV series. I just watched it because I needed to know how it impacted the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And this is, so just to really quick, so we've done a video on this channel, you should watch it, I think it's incredibly entertaining, a Marvel fan versus a Marvel hater. Just as someone who hadn't seen them and was sort of mad at the concept of we're going to make infinite content and we're going to force you to watch all of it because if you fall behind, you won't know what's happening. I feel like Loki is a great example of that. Like, since making that video and taking the posture of a Marvel hater, we actually ended up sitting down during the pandemic and watching the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, most of which I thoroughly enjoyed. But it didn't change my stance on the fact of it's like, you are going to make infinite content and you're going to force us to watch it, and you're going to monetize FOMO of the fact that you have to keep up with it.
Yeah.
And watching Loki felt like homework. I was just like, I don't want to be doing this, but I know that I have to, because when this whole, time bending
multiverse thing happens,
in the next movies that I actually care about, I'm gonna want to know what I know from this.
Yeah.
This also coming from someone who absolutely adores Tom Hiddleston, thinks Loki is one of the most interesting characters in the movies, but then you put him on TV and I'm like, wait, this isn't where he belongs. Tom Hiddleston is a movie star. Loki is a cinematic character, and you try to put him on a small box. I'm like, no.
So, it's
not Quibi.
No, not at all. It had some good moments, but I really only watched it because it was important. So to me, it's like Zazu.
Yeah, I mean, how we describe Zazu was like, you're kind of annoying, but I know that it's important that you're here.
Yeah.
And that's what Loki was.
Yeah, I love you, Tom.
If we were rating, Marvel characters, I think both of us would put Loki at the way top.
Yep.
Which is actually a very revealing and disappointing, in our opinion, just kind of how much Loki missed the mark. But whatever, that's fine. We still watched it.
We still watch it.
You're welcome, Disney. Take my money that you gave me.
Up next, we have High School Musical, the series.
Can I just say really quick as a side note, we are this close. You know they're going to do it. They're going to make High School Musical, the series, the movie. You know they're going to. And then they're going to make High School Musical, the series, the movie, the documentary about the making of the movie. And they're just going to keep tacking things onto this title until it's a book.
Oh, funny. I thought you were going to go with High School Musical, the series, the movie, the musical.
I hate this.
High School Musical, the series was, I think, the first original Disney Plus series that drew me to the platform and that I watched on the platform. I really enjoyed the series. It's one that I don't think I'm the target audience. I think it definitely plays to a younger audience, but I was still entertained with the first season. I feel like where it lands on this tier list is gonna be based on what you have to say.
First of all, the creator of High School Musical, the series, Tim Federle, and I worked together at the Guthrie in Minnesota way before either of us were anything. Disclaimer, Tim Federle is way richer and more successful than I am because he produced this and I have just acted in a few things. But I bumped into him, I think at JTF a few years ago when High School Musical, the series had just come out, and it was wild. So Tim, if you're watching this, which you aren't, I love you, boo, and congratulations, you have a hit.
Yeah.
But High School Musical, I can't say it, the whole thing. I can't. The show in question, in my opinion, I feel very much on purpose, or maybe more in theme or in style with the type of content we're talking about here, falls kind of where Hannah Montana does. It's excellent, but it's not. It serves its purpose, and it's so right for what it is, but it's not great. You don't watch it, you're like, wow, oh my god, these stories, these plot lines, these characters, it's just kind of yep, this is exactly what I knew this was going to be, which is not an insult. It's not a bad thing. I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm crapping on these things. Let's not forget, I was on Liv and Maddie. I'm proud of that show. These things are what they are. they're very purposeful and they have to attract a lot of people and do a very specific thing. It just sort of fits into that trope. And I think that trope is a little bit like safe. That doesn't discount the importance of the trope. Again, it's not a criticism, it's just an observation for what it is.
It's excellent to its target audience.
Its target audience is everyone.
Well, yeah.
And I think there are a lot of people who watch it and they're like, pfft, but they still watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I guess, where did we put Hannah Montana? I would put it in the same
tier.
place. Yeah, I would put it in the same place I put Hannah Montana. I would put it in Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Sick, dude. Love agreeing with you so much.
Up next, we have the Imagineering Story. Now, this falls into the genre of one of the real documentary-style shows on the platform that I thoroughly enjoyed. It is all about behind the magic of Disney, how Disney came to be, Disneyland, the enterprise itself. The culture of how Disney makes things is so fascinating, and because Disney is so successful, there's such a huge, hungry audience that wants to see how things with the Disney name on it come to be.
Right, take a peek behind the curtain.
Exactly, and what's the creative process? There are books written about how the business of Disney is run and how employees work there, etc., etc. So this show was just a hit to me.
When you really look into how these things come to be and the people who work for this company and the genuine genius that goes into these things, again, even the really tropey things that we've talked about, they fit exactly where they're supposed to fit, and that is art, but it's very much science too.
Yeah,
and that's fascinating. And to be able to manufacture magic and then make a documentary about how you did it, that's some meta stuff right there. I can't disrespect that. That's some top tier stuff to me.
Top tier magic.
Up next, WandaVision. So now what I'll say is, as we said previously in this video, I wasn't a big Marvel fan. I wasn't watching all of the movies. We have the Marvel fan versus Marvel hater video where I made that perfectly clear. WandaVision was the thing. I was working in our room and Sam was out in the living room watching WandaVision, and I kind of came out because I heard a couple things and was like, what's going on over here? And by episode 4 or 5, I was sitting down next to you watching it, having no frame of reference for who these people are or what's going on. But I was sucked in, and that is what started the ball rolling for us to watch the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, which we did shortly thereafter.
Haha, thanks WandaVision. I really did love WandaVision. I think the concept was so creative. I think Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany are so talented.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're just so brilliant, and I loved the style of the show. I think the aesthetic of the show is really what drew me in.
Crazy clever.
Just
crazy clever.
So smart. It was a show that really blew me away for the most part, but I don't know if I can say that it had that Disney magic quality. I was watching it to get to the end. I think the beginning was so lovely. I think the end was incredible.
I see what you're saying. So you can't give this a perfect score, but still high marks.
But it's still high. This is an Olaf for me.
I think that's fair.
I'm so happy it's there.
Yeah.
And I absolutely adore it. It just still felt like there was something missing from the series.
Well, and I bet Disney kind of feels the same way. Again, Olaf is we're so glad you're there, we love you, but you're not the main attraction. Yeah. And WandaVision isn't. It's an ancillary story to link the big pieces together.
Yeah.
All right, well, look at us. We're perfect. We're doing this perfect. Up next, Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil.
If she doesn't scare you. I'm doing Miranda Sings.
You are.
Nobody will.
I liked it.
I know, I liked it. I just wanted to love it.
Yeah.
And I just don't know that I did.
Well, you also had a friend who was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened
Well,
to anyone
yeah,
in the
kind
whole
of.
world.
Well, yeah, I just feel like
Which is
not just one. I feel like I had multiple friends say like, "Oh, I loved it. Like, blew me away." Blah blah blah. So maybe the hype just kind of set my standards a little too high. I thought the beginning was incredibly boring, and so like, okay, rebel child, blah blah blah. Like,
can I just say something to save us some time?
Yeah.
Like, I think it served its purpose.
Yes,
it was an origin story. They gave us Cruella. The Emmas were fantastic.
Emma Stone, Emma Thompson.
Great performances.
Yeah.
You know, oh, Dalmatians, I get it. Oh, revenge, I get it. It did what it had to do. Just like Hannah Montana, just like High School Musical, the series, the movie, the TV show, the experience, Pavilion, and Spa. So I think this is also a Sleeping Beauty. It should go where other things that did exactly what it was supposed to do should go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solid middle ground.
Last but certainly not least, ending with a big one.
Yes.
Ending with a huge one. One of the most popular things on Disney Plus. Secrets of the Whales.
If you don't know what we're talking about, maybe you didn't know that Disney owns National Geographic.
They own everything. They have you should be so worried.
Or
hide your
excited.
kids, hide your wife, but surprise, Disney owns them both.
Secrets of the Whales is a beautiful nature documentary, and there are so many stunning, unbelievable, jaw-dropping, chill-giving documentaries like this about nature
the whales
on Disney Plus.
And the whales are so cute.
And the whales are just
smart,
so,
and
they're so
all gonna
brilliant.
die because of climate change.
Yeah. If you want to feel optimistic about the future, maybe don't watch nature documentaries. But
whales are so nice.
I know.
They're such big,
so
nice
smart.
guys.
They have culture.
I know when they sing, I want a whale to be my friend. It's so magical. Can I put in a magic?
Oh, yes.
It's so magical, the whales.
Oh, babe,
I
it's
love
okay.
That. Secrets of the Whales is my favorite thing on Disney Plus. Hands down. I love Secrets of the Whales. I'm gonna rewatch I'm gonna fall asleep to Secrets of the Whales tonight.
Great. I love that for us. It's magic. I mean, what's more magical than nature?
Get me a pet whale.
That would not be ethical.
You don't love me unless you get me a pet whale.
I care about the whales, Ryan. Don't you care about the whales?
I care about a whale being my friend.
Well,
the whales don't know what they're missing. I'm such a hoot.
Magic. Like we said, we're only scratching the surface with all of the content that's on Disney Plus, but let us know what you thought about our rankings of everything we talked about, and also leave any future ideas for tier lists down in the comments below. What do you guys want to see us rank? What do you want to see us put on a tier list?
Yeah, you pretty much said what it is. We were ranking things.
Yeah,
that's what a tier
the whole
list is.
ranking
Yeah,
thing.
totally.
Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, don't
sure
forget
to
to
like and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.
Oof.
We're rusty.
Yeah.
Ready?
Be sure to like and
subscribe, Dad.
YouTube.
Disney Channel, give us free stuff. Disney, give us free stuff.
You already have, and I thank you for
Keep it coming. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.